I'm gonna rate these forks from my most favorite to my least favorite because why not? So starting off the list, my most favorite fork, if anybody who knows anything about me knows I like big forks, is number 6. Why? Because it looks like it's got chunk to it. Because I love the aesthetic of it and I think it would feel sturdy in my hand. That is a solid fork right there. Moving on to second place, a close contender is number 5. I don't like it as much as I like number 6, but it's a good solid fork. I say that because I actually have like 3 of them. And I know I've talked about this before, but that's because I acquired those forks from Denny's when I was in college due to some poor intoxicated decisions. And at one point I had like at least a dozen of them. But then after I graduated college and I moved down south, I managed to lose like the majority of them. Go figure, me losing forks. But here was the thing. So I felt guilty about it. Like it just weighed on my conscience. Like I took all these damn forks and they didn't belong to me. So to make amends, I went and bought a pack of forks. And I went to my local Denny's one morning. I ate a Grand Slam breakfast. After I paid my bill, before I got up from my table, I took all the forks I bought out of my backpack and I just left them on the plate and then I left. Which in hindsight was really a weird thing to do because whoever was working that day was probably like, how the hell did one guy who ate one breakfast end up with 13 forks on his plate? Whatever, it made me feel better. Anyway, back to the list. Third and fourth place. Now here's the deal. These are very close together, but understand, these are very distant from first and second place, all right? Anything past second place, I have no interest in ever using. So third and fourth place. Third place is fork number 4. Fourth place is fork number 3. Now, the reason that they're so close together is because they're basically the same fork. The only difference is the size. So obviously I'm gonna go with the bigger one over the smaller one. But there's one thing about this that really bothers me, and that's the damn handles of these. See, because I like a gradual taper like this. These, they go from like a fettuccine noodle to spaghetti in like 1/4 of an inch. I've tried using these forks before. I've held them in my hand and they don't feel right. Okay, so now we're gonna get to 5th place, and this is where things are gonna get a little nuttier because you're probably thinking, well, he's just doing all the forks in the backwards order. But for 5th place, I'm actually choosing the tiny fork. Listen, I don't like small forks. And this fork looks like it's big enough to eat a single green bean, but I like the way it looks. So I give it a small bit of credit just for that. And that brings me to the last place fork, and this just, bear with me on this. I don't know why I'm struggling with this like I am. I hate everything about fork number 2. I don't like the size of it. It looks like it weighs nothing. Aesthetically, I can't stand it. I don't like ornate silverware. But the thing that bothers me the most about this is, the thing that bothers me the most about it is the handles. It's got a pointy handle. Oh, I like my silverware to be rounded or squared with like little rounded edges. Like this or like this at the very end. There's something about the pointy ended silverware. Oh, it grosses me out. I don't like it. I can't do it anymore. So there you have it. That's how I rate the forks. Fork number 2 needs to not exist anymore.